Today we are back on the Civic. We have officially finished all of our bodywork back here, and now we're moving to the front of the car to fix these issues. You know it's about time for that intro. Let's hit it.
I need a beach house out on the island. I need a bankroll for my deposit. I need a closet, the type you walk in. I need $100,000 in my wallet.
So we got some holes down here. I gotta fit the lip, but it doesn't exactly meet up. Here, I want this comes up and then comes at an angle over here, so I want to cut this along here and cut into this and then kind of angle this down and make this kind of like a custom fit, but I've got to make sure I get the bumper placed perfectly. I've got to fix the fitment on the hood, but I also want to clean up the engine bay while I'm at it. Just want to vacuum out the leaves and stuff. And then another problem we have with fitment is the door fits properly here, but when it first goes in, it's too low, and then it like rides it up. So I want to get the door up more. So I got to fix the screws over there, and then it'll close properly, and it'll actually come across, close like it's supposed to. And then once I fix the doors, then we'll rearrange the fender, get the fender fitting properly, and then the hood doesn't exactly fit right. Show you guys what I mean. This is our current state of affairs with our hood. Like, we have really bad gapping on this side, and then it's like alright over here. It's not terrible, but this side's pretty bad. And then I want to fix the gapping around the headlights as well, and then let the bodywork get the lip on. And then this gapping is questionable too, so there's quite a bit I actually want to do. I feel like the hood needs to be tilted down more, so I'm almost thinking of getting risers for the back, so the back is up higher and then it slants down, and that way it sits better. But yeah, I'm just gonna work on like the front side, getting it all fitting and getting the bodywork done. It's kind of the plan for today. I want to clean it up a little bit too while I'm at it, but yeah, this is the plan. So I'm gonna go ahead, pop the hood, and then I'll just vacuum out the leaves and stuff. Okay, so I got all of the fenders off on this one side here. So essentially the problem is this right here. So this is where the door sits when it's just like this. So essentially you have like a 2-finger gap here where it's supposed to be a little bit higher. So my plan is I'm gonna rest the door on top of this jack stand. After I loosen these up, these bolts here, along here, and hopefully we can get to sit a little bit higher and we'll get this gapping proper. But yeah, so that is the plan right now. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah, that was actually pretty quick. Now, the door is super flush. There's no resting on hitting the bottom and then scooping up, it's just straight in. It's exactly what I wanted. So now we have our gapping down, and it looks good. Same all the way along. And now I know that this is positioned properly, and so we can go ahead and put the front fender back on. But before that, we actually ran into a little bit of an issue here where I found a rust hole. So I'm actually gonna jack this up, clean this whole area, weld in a patch job here, and then we have to coat this entire thing. So I'm gonna coat this whole thing and do that. I don't know if we'll get to do the bodywork today, but I'll definitely get all the fitment done. I just want to get everything looking pristine, and then I'll patch that hole and clean it up a little bit. Instead of actually doing this right now, I'm gonna wait when I do the engine bay, and then I'll do it. But for right now, I'm just gonna work on all the gapping and the fitment and getting everything trimmed to fit properly. And yeah, we'll fix the rust once we get to doing the engine bay and coating the engine bay, get everything ready. But for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the fender back on, get the fender lined up perfect, and then we'll go ahead and then we'll work on the other side, and then we'll come back over here, get the hood proper, and then we'll get the bumper. The bumper is pretty much how it's gonna sit, but I want to go ahead and get the other side done now. We got the fitment that I think I'm happy with. So on this side, looking like this, and then it's the same over here, and then here's our door gapping compared to the backside. Backside's a little bit, nah, it's hard to tell because I have all this dust in here, but looks pretty similar. And then our door closes without hitting anything, which is awesome. So we've got the last portion now, which I thought was the hood, but it kind of fits not bad, to be honest. Like, it actually looks pretty good. This, I need to put like a rubber garment across here. And then you're also supposed to have one for the headlights, is what I just realized. So it looks like it should be okay. This side, I think I just need to work on the headlight just to get it to fit nicer. I also got to put screws in on the side, never did that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep going with this. I think the next portion is I will probably be shaving off this whole bottom and then putting the lip on, because I just don't need it. I know it adds structure to it, so I'm a little worried, but I think I'll keep enough of it where it shouldn't matter too much, where I think it'll still be okay. We'll see though, I'm not too sure yet. Decided to cut the whole bottom roundabout off, simply because I want to connect the lip to this, and I'm thinking it'll still be strong enough regardless. If not, I will attach some metal straps here to support it up here, but I think this is what I want. I do have to build this up because it's too far back for where the body kit, so if I do this straight down instead of just like curving in like this, if I just do it straight down, it should connect, it should line up around nice, which is kind of the goal. I know I could do it with metal Bondo filler, but I kind of want to just fiberglass more on top of this. I don't know if that'll work, but I'm interested to try. If not, then I probably will use some sort of Bondo. I'll probably use a metal filler Bondo just because I know you can tap it, and then once I drill into it, it'll stick like metal. But yeah, we are cut off completely here. So I plan to bring out the lip again and test fit it and kind of see what our gapping is like for that. I also need to get the over fenders put back on because I want to carve out this shape. I want to retain this shape here, and I want to build like a custom front looking wide body kit. I think it'd be pretty cool, considering it's not like, I don't think there'd be a lot of these, but it'd be pretty cool to have a unique one. So we decided to take out the headlights first, actually, and then I went ahead, I started on this here, one of my major cracks. I've kind of sanded it down, got it smooth, and then I'm gonna fiberglass repair this. I could have sworn there was another crack. There's one here. This is more of a Bondo repair than fiberglass though, but it might be underneath here. I think it's right here. No, there's a little Bondo repair or fiberglass repair that needs to happen here. But I also went ahead and I did cut out these circles here, or not really circles, but the like inlets. So I think it looks better. And then I'm gonna body fill this gap with some Bondo. So then it's gonna just slide down smoothly like that. And then I would get to the lip, but I think it's kind of more important right now just to get this repaired. And then I'll get the bumper looking good, seated properly, and then I'll move on to getting the lip on, filling these crevices. I need to get more Bondo. Used all mine up doing the backside. Took the headlights out, like I said earlier. But yeah, so I am going to go ahead and probably just repair this right away. It's not like too bad, it's a smooth line over, and then I'll just body fill over top, and then it'll be nice and smooth. But yeah, that's currently where we're at right now. I had to run out and get some Bondo, but the plan is to fill these gaps here with Bondo. Let's see if I can get a light on this. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's like a couple finger gap in here. So basically I just want to build this out like this, and then this will have to be filled in a little bit, but I'm essentially just trying to fill that gap there. And then at the same time while I do that, I'm also going to fill this gap as well and just build it up with Bondo over time. Be a decent amount of layers. But yeah, that's the plan. I don't know, it turned out pretty good. Thought I was gonna, oh, I also gotta fix this. This is our fiberglass repair that I got to do. But I don't know, it turned out pretty good actually, to be honest. The bottom lip over there didn't really matter too much. I'm gonna keep going with this and get it back to how it should be. I'm also gonna put some rib nuts in on the bumper, I think before paint, because I don't know, I need to like figure out how this is all gonna sit and stuff. So no, it should be fine. I'm gonna build up a Bondo and then I'll rib nut it later. But yeah, I'm gonna do the Bondo first and then I'll work on the fiberglass after. It's already set in place, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'll have to re-Bondo this too, probably. I'm not really sure how to build this out to like fit better, but I don't know. Until I get there, I'm gonna keep going with this, and I'm gonna make this lip fit nice and flush. After like a billion layers of this crap, we're starting to actually get pretty close here. As you can see, the gap's almost filled here. I have a little bit more. This is kind of like the finer area in here, like this gap here. So I'll probably just apply that on its own after. But yeah, that's what we're looking like so far. It's still wet, or else I would like slide this down. I put one screw in here so that I could rotate this up and down to gauge the depth. And then yeah, similar on this side. This side's a little bit better than the other side so far. Looking pretty good. I'm gonna have an interesting time shaping this. Not exactly sure how it's gonna go, but should be fun. Okay, so it's the next day now. Had to let everything dry, but we now have like the general shape and how it's gonna look. So from here, I know how far out it needs to come, so I'm gonna take the lip off and then I'm just gonna build it up all the way and smooth all this out. A lot of this is not excess, but I need to make sure that I can get this actually smooth and looking nice, because right now I just put a crap ton on and now I'm just like gonna have to shape it, essentially. It's not too bad. Looks pretty good on both sides. Pretty happy. I'm gonna have to do a little bit more touch-ups here. Like this needs to get a little bit more here. I need to fill this. And then up here, I didn't realize this was actually just like chipping away. So I gotta do all this too. All this white stuff I thought was paint, but it's actually underneath. I've also got this side looking pretty good. I'm gonna leave the over fenders on because they're not exactly filled all the way. And it'll help me shape it because I can just flip this up and down like this while I'm working on it. See where it is. Looks like this, and then when I bring it down over top, I'm able to get a pretty good idea of where I'm at, and then it'll also help me shape it. But it's not too bad right now. I'll probably add a little bit more Bondo here, because I'm not gonna sand it quite yet. And then eventually I'll make it come down nice, but it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks like crap right now. Once I sand this all and then fix all the pitting, because it's obviously not perfect there. I probably added a little bit too much at once, but that is okay. I think it'll be fine. Okay, so with this off, I was able to put another coat on, and now we're starting to get smoother, simply because I have more range of motion. This other side is actually really smooth in some spots. Like here, and then along here it's nice and smooth. Honestly not as good as I remember it being. I need to see how far off I am when it dries. So once it dries, I'm gonna put the lip back on. This is pretty easy to check, I just hold it down. But yeah, once I get the lip back on, we'll have a better idea of what we look like. These screws are kind of too small for these holes, like they're just like I'm not gripping anything, so I need to kind of just want to rib nut it right now and just put them through, because this isn't really catching anything. Like none of these that I have. So it's okay, but I might just rib nut it right now, just so I can get this to actually fit. One thing I'm not sure about how to do is, because this is fiberglass resin, or not fiberglass resin, Bondo, I can't exactly rib nut in there. So I don't know if I'm just gonna drill out the size of the rib nut and then just like glue it in there, like panel bond it in there into the Bondo, because in that way it'll still work. I'm thinking. It's looking pretty decent. I mean, I just had to build it out more, but yeah, I'm gonna let it dry a bit and then I'll put the lip back on and see how we look. Okay, some big progress, I would say, has been made. For starters, we got this dresser sold. And instead, we got golf clubs for them. Which I think is pretty cool, because I didn't have any golf clubs. Using a Value Village set, and now we actually got a set. Anyway, on to what you guys are interested in, the Civic. So, this is what we look like for gapping now. As you can see, there's like a sliver here, kind of running around. It's closed off here, and we have a little bit more back here. But this side is pretty well done. I don't really know what happened here. Like this gapping's kind of weird, so I'll probably have to put a little Bondo in here. I decided to rib nut this, like the bumper, because I just couldn't get it to sit flush with how it was. And I need to get it in there, so I don't really know how to take rib nuts out. I think you angle grind them, like cut them off for paint, but I've kind of rib nutted this whole car already previously because I wrapped it and I didn't really care too much about it. But I'll probably just talk to my body guy about like taking these out. I'm sure he's more than capable of doing it, and if not, then we'll just paint around it. I'm not really too concerned. But anyway, this is where we're at right now. Kind of running low on sandpaper, so I'm not really too sure how much more I'll do. I'll probably just put a little bit more of like a coat along here, just a tiny bit. I'm not sure if I want to do it while this is still on or if when it's off, because it's kind of close. Like I could do it either way, and I'm not too sure if I'd be upset about it either way. You know what I mean? Like it's almost bang on, but I feel like it'd be useful to put a coat on while it's on so I know exactly how much I need to add. But then again, I can't get all the angles when it's on. It's my current conundrum, but I think I'll take it off. I just wanted to see how close it was. And I think I should probably make marks with like maybe, I don't know, like a pen or something or tape marking where I need it, because I don't need it here, right? And then I don't need it here, but I need a little bit here, and I need a bunch along here. So maybe if I put tape lines from where I need to go to, I might have a better shot at it. Because I never even drilled this out. Like this here is, kind of scared me. This here is like one of the holes for the mounting point. And I can't rib nut into Bondo. But I think if I drill straight through far enough, I don't think it's too far if I just put a long screw through there, which I think might be the answer to this. And same for back here. And then I'll need to trim this, because now that I don't even know exactly how this happened, to be completely honest. But now it just doesn't line up at all as to what it used to. I think it's because it used to wrap under, like when I cut this off, but now I've created this little problem here where this is just like painfully off. So I'm gonna need to like shave this back a little bit. But then this is also like the screw for where I need to put for the over fender. So I can't shave too much off, kinda gotta be careful. Probably put a rib nut in here and then a rib nut in here so I can actually get like a final what it looks like. And then I also kind of messed this up, like this isn't looking great. As opposed to like this side, where this side I have it like it actually has like shape to it, you know, like it actually looks like how it's supposed to. But then on this side I'm just like way out, like I'm not even like, I wouldn't even say I'm necessarily even close. I am close, like some parts are good, but it's not the greatest. I'm kind of worried that I didn't cut high enough. I don't really know. It's kind of sitting funny on this side. I can't tell if it's kind of raised up, but I think that's how it's supposed to look. I mean, if it didn't, then it wouldn't fit, but I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. It actually looks pretty cool right now. But yeah, anyway, this has rambled on for a while, but I'm going to keep going on here like this, and then once we get this done, it should be pretty much good to go after I fix like these 2 cracks here. Like I'll do these 2 cracks later and it'll be pretty much good to go. But I probably won't show you guys any more of this until this is completely finished and looks good. And then we'll probably do this at the end of the video.
This time I know